We'll use what I call like a check down, like a quarterback going through his progressions. Each of these may or may not apply to your athletes, but this would be the order that you run down to be like, oh yeah, he hits this, let's fix it. Next one, he may not hit, go to the next one. So that'd kind of be the playbook for it. And then the initial step, we're looking here at the anterior tip scapula. That first step would be to improve their thoracic spine extension or pelvic positional faults if they have them. Again, we just talked about this in the last slide, but you could do all of the muscular changes in the world, but if their T-spine is just stuck like a brick in a rounded position, you're going to have a really hard time getting into that posterior tipped position. And then next on the check down would be you go to inhibit or lengthen the pec minor. And again, for all these next three, there's going to be some inhibiting or decreasing tone or lengthening. This is not a permanent stop lifting, stop doing chest type thing. I'm the biggest proponent for these prime movers need to be stronger than heck. This may just be for a short period while we're trying to get the horsepower of the opposite musculature up to par with it. So not a permanent thing. I'm a huge proponent of strengthening everything. But yeah, for the short term, this may be a solution to help get that balance back in check. So again, inhibit or lengthen the pec minor or major. Next on the check down would be to train or strengthen the low trap and mid trap, specifically in the shortened positions. I think a lot of times this concept's like, yeah, that's what we do, but I don't think a lot of people realize how much volume and how much time it takes over and over and over again. And doing the right variation of exercise is also very important, but that would be the next part of the check down. And moving from there, after you've made these small changes of inhibiting the pec, tying down the back with the low trap and mid trap, now neurologically you want to lock in those new positions by having the body hit that new position over time. So a good one for the anterior tip scapula, I've worked with some both performance coaches and pitching coaches on before, is I do my work with them on those first three things, and then we start working, okay, now we're going to forcefully go into posterior tilt or posterior tipping, and so maybe with a sub-maximal intensity reverse throw in that position, filling it out for a little bit, essentially just letting the brain know, hey, I have this new range of motion that I can hit. There's no reason to avoid it. Just recognize this position and don't turn on the emergency brakes. And then you can start increasing speed, just, again, showing your body, hey, this is my new range of motion. It's all good.